Good evening, everyone. It is so lovely to have you all with us tonight for our very special parent panel on post-school options. This is the final webinar in our Good Life Month, which we've been focusing on all through August, thinking about the things that can set our young people up for success in life after school. I'd like to start by acknowledging the Aboriginal land that we're all on right across Victoria. I join you from Wadawurrung country near Geelong, and I want to pay my respects to elders past and present and emerging young leaders, and for all of their beautiful care of country. So tonight we have a chance to hear from other parents who are on that journey of supporting their young people with disability as they navigate life after school. I just want to first of all acknowledge all of you here attending tonight, and what great parents you are for spending your Tuesday evening here with us, giving some time just to listen and learn and think about what the future might hold. That is just a fabulous, fabulous thing to do. So thank you so much, and I just want to really acknowledge that. Now, if there are people here this evening who haven't heard of ACD before, we are the advocacy service for children with disability and their families here in Victoria. We've been going 40 years. We're established by an amazing group of parents who came together to advocate for a service to continue. And they realised they knew so much about the system and they knew ways of other things that needed speaking up for. And so that's what they did. They went on to create a notice board, a newsletter. They went on to create a phone line just so that parents could help each other. And really, that's what tonight's all about. It's a chance to hear from some other parents, to hear about their story, what's worked, what's working, what might have been hard for their young person as they navigated life after school. We're so delighted that tonight is being hosted by Mandy Hose. And Mandy, for those of you who don't know, was the former co-host of Two Peas in a Podcast. She kept us going through COVID. You and
Oh,
the wonderful Kate. Thank you so much, Mandy. We all remember that.
oh,
There's a lot of love in the room here for you. I know that. Mandy is mum to three daughters, including twins with disability, and they're navigating post-school life. She was nominated for Australian of the Year in 2021. She and Kate are the author of the great book, The Invisible Life of Us,
mm.
and her other paid employment is as a parenting consultant, specialising in sleep and settling. Mandy, over to you. I know that you'll introduce our other lovely panelists, but it is delightful to have you here. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Karen, and thank you, ACD, for inviting me to to be together tonight on this panel. I'm absolutely thrilled. What a privilege. And thank you. Talking about my time on Two Peas in a Podcast, I know we were all together through lockdowns here in Melbourne and Victoria. And so I will never forget Victoria's support in that time. So yes, sit back tonight, grab yourself a drink that you enjoy, whatever that is, and just feel like you're in a room with friends, right? Because you are. You're with people that we all have lived experience. We are all navigating life with our children after school, and all our children have different disabilities. But I also want you to know that it's a really safe place tonight. There's not going to be anything that might trigger you, or there might be less triggers. So we're not going to be talking about, are we going to Melbourne Uni or Monash? Tonight, we're going to be talking about things that are important for our children. So you don't need to be worried, okay? And I want you to know that you're safe with us. And it's better to hear it from us than hear it from other places, perhaps that aren't in the lived experience. So I do have three daughters. My twins are 20 and I have a 14-year-old who, to quote other people who say she's medically boring, but my twins both have a hemiplegia, cerebral palsy, one left and one right. And my daughter, Jasmine, with the right hemiplegia, also has an intellectual disability. So through the whole of schooling, all three of my girls were at different schools and Jasmine was at a specialist school. So I asked her today, I said, could you tell me a little bit about how you feel about since you're not at school anymore? And she said, to quote, I am so relieved. She said, "No one tells me to F off anymore." And it was stressful. And I thought, wow, out of the mouth of babes, hey? And I also was reflecting that I think from the moment she was diagnosed, I will not cry, but I know I'm with my people. From the moment she was diagnosed at 8 months old with cerebral palsy, I worried about this time, about when she was going to leave school. And I thought today, reflecting, that was 17 and a half years of dread. And and perhaps is there something that we can maybe think about tonight to save you guys from doing that? And to actually reframe and think about, is this time something that we can have some hope for? And not dread like I did, because actually outside of school has opened up lots of terrific things for her and for me. And I just want to encourage you to have a good open mind tonight. We know the hundreds of ways that it can go wrong. Don't you worry. There's so many things I could tell you that were tricky, right? Believe me and trust us. But tonight we're going to talk about the things that have gone well. And yes, we'll talk about some of the things that we navigated along the way. But remember, we are the master people that can pivot. And so tonight we're going to hear all about that. So, okay, let's get off from me and let's meet our awesome panel. So I just want to welcome Lara, Kim, and Rose. We're all coming up. And these are our awesome women tonight that are going to share with us. Hello, everyone. And
Hi.
they're a mixture of nerves and excitement. And so we're just going to encourage them because it's really brave to share their story tonight. And I'm really proud of them. So, and I'm looking forward to spending this time together. So, okay. Oh, the other thing to say is that we've cleared this with all of our young adults. We've spoken to them about tonight and we've talked to them about what we're going to share, and it's up to each of us whether we share their names and their workplaces and the stuff, the names of those places. Yeah, so, okay, let's start. And we're just going to talk together initially and just say, can you tell us a little bit about your young person, who they are, what they enjoy, and what the first few months kind of look like? Who would like to go first?
I'll go first because
I'll
I'm a
go,
bit
Rose.
nervous. Is that all
Go
right?
for it.
Okay, so my young person's name is Sam. He is 19 years old. He went to he has a mild intellectual disability and a few medical issues. So this is his first year out of school, and he was in a specialist setting for probably for high school, what would be equivalent of high school.
Mm.
Sorry, what other questions were there,
What does
Mandy?
he enjoy? What are the things he
Oh,
enjoys?
so depending on who he's with,
Mhm.
but at the moment he enjoys fishing. He has done a little bit of archery and he's loved
Mm.
that. And he really loves going to VU, which is what he's doing this year, which is Victoria University, and he's doing a TAFE course there. So yeah, that's my
Fantastic. I
young
can't wait to
person.
hear all about it. We're going to pick it apart when we have our time one on one. What about Kim or Lara? Would you like to go next?
I'll go. Yeah. Hi, I'm Lara. Um, yeah, so I'm here to talk about my daughter Amelia. She's 21, so we're in our fourth year out of school. Had lots of changes over that time. She's living with a number of disabilities, ASD and ID, ADHD, and some hearing impairment. Um, she she loves meeting new people. She's an introvert, but she still likes to meet new people. She loves to flog her business when she meets people and get them to follow her on social media. Um, yes, I think she's enjoyed being out of school, just spreading her wings a bit, trying out different services and meeting lots of new people. And
Great.
yeah, having a
Thank you,
ball.
Lara.
Mhm.
Lucky last, Kim.
Thanks, Mandy. Yeah, I'm talking about my son, Callan, who is 21 now. So we're in our third year post school, and he has got a few lives with a few disabilities as well. He has an intellectual disability and autism and OCD. He's very active and happy and limited speech as well. So he was at a specialist school right through his school life. He did go to two different schools, specialist schools, but at an SDS school for the majority of his school life. And post school, he's loving life. He's living his best life.
What does he enjoy, Kim?
He loves meeting up with his peers, his friends. He loves being out and about in the community. He really enjoys bowling. He's very active and has a lot of energy. So it's really good to keep him going with all sorts of things that he's. I'd love to be able to put a step counter on him. I've never known how far he goes in a day but he's just
Yes.
non-stop. He jumps and
Yeah.
runs around all the time.
Thank you. My daughter Jasmine is 20. It's her second year out, and what does she enjoy? She enjoys being a part of Special Olympics, our local club. She loves watching Survivor. She's annoyed I'm not watching it with her tonight, to be honest. So take that, everyone. It's okay, we can catch up. She loves her TikTok account. She started two. She's got about 5 Instagram accounts. I can't keep up with any of them. She's got all sorts of loves and delights. So, we could talk about our kids forever. We're so proud of them. So, okay, what about we get to just chatting with Kim, and we're going to find out more a little bit about Cal. So, Cal, tell us about what he does to fill in his week.
So he's in a day centre setting, I suppose you would say. He's got quite a structured week. A routine's really important to him. He goes to he has 2 different programs that he does. So the first one is for 3 days, and it's at a a setting which is relatively new, and it's quite structured. They work on things like literacy and numeracy and all of those sorts of things in the morning to keep those skills going
Great.
post school. And he's with a lot of kids that are the same age as him, which I really think is really beneficial for him. And
Yeah.
he just is so excited to get to this centre every day. He gets picked up by the bus, small buses like little Kia carnivals,
Right.
and he's there sort of 8 till 3 each day. And then the other 2 days a week, he now does another program. It's like an out in the community. It's an urban explorer program, and he's
Awesome.
with 2 other participants that are also one-to-one like he is. So they all get on really well and do lots of different things each week. So
When those first few months after school, like, tell me, because this wasn't your first centre, was it? Tell us a
no.
little bit about that.
No, it wasn't our first option. The first centre that we went to wasn't a success. It was a bit of a feeder school, feeder feeder sort of place organisation that a lot of the kids that went to the school that Cal went to sort of automatically went into, and I really wasn't comfortable about it, and I should have listened to my gut feeling. But I thought, oh, look, it'll be okay. It's just different to school and all of those sorts of things. But he only lasted a term there, and um, there were issues sort of from the beginning, and I really should have listened to my feelings about it. There was
I think when you're from school, you think, well, if he goes with his friends and they're all going together, then
that's
that sort
right.
of makes sense, doesn't it?
But it was very different, and yes, they had an open door policy, and my son's a bit of an escape artist that likes to sort of disappear if because he's active and everything.
Yeah.
But and there was a few issues where like he wasn't there when I went to pick him up, even though I'd told him that, and he'd got on a bus
Oh,
and
Kim.
things like that. So it was just things that we found this other place which has made me feel much more comfortable, and it is
Yeah.
the best place for him, and he's so happy. So it was worth probably having those experiences to get into the settings that he really likes. He also did another program which was sort of a lot of active things like swimming and personal training and all those sorts of things as well in between time as well. And that was really good, but we just had to give that away for timing.
How did you find the new one? Where did you find it? Was it
It
word of
was,
mouth? Did
yes,
you Google it?
it was
What?
word of mouth. It's one of my colleagues let me know about it. It was started off as a school holiday program, and her son had actually done the school holiday program, and said, "Oh, look, have a go. I think he's this guy who's set up this program started off doing could see a gap in the market. He worked at an STS school as a teacher, and he could see all of the different things that that kids needed, and yeah, so he's very passionate about making a difference in these kids' lives. So yeah, it's
Sounds
been
perfect.
perfect.
Oh, so glad.
So we're
What a
very
relief.
fortunate. It's a massive relief,
And
and
can he stay there for a long period of time, or will he get kicked out, or?
no, there's no nothing there at the moment, any of
Right.
that. But we understand that life, you know, it goes on and changes, and it might be that eventually he wants to have a change and do something
Yes.
else. But we're open to those sorts of things. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And so
But
good when that bus comes every morning and see you later.
and he's so excited every day to jump
The
on the bus,
best.
and he's actually with kids that he went to like
Yes.
from when he was 5,
Oh,
went to the same school, and they're still on the same bus and everything.
and
So
that stuff's important because
yeah,
some of those friendships are to be treasured and to be able to continue them as adults. That matters
absolutely.
to me.
Yeah, and he catches up
Yeah.
with them on the weekend, and we go bowling
Oh,
and
the
everything as
best.
well. So yeah, it's really good. Life's good.
So a typical day is the bus and the program. What about the weekends? What does he do on the weekend?
Oh, weekends, yeah, they're pretty full. He's very active, so he loves going to the South Melbourne Market, and he loves
Ah, cool.
going to the aquarium and the zoo,
Yeah.
and he's a zoo member. And one of his
Yeah.
favourite places to go is the NGV. He loves going there
Ah,
because it ticks all the boxes. It's got the water wall, and it's got the lovely stained
yes,
glass window, and the garden out the
of
back, and
course.
escalators and lifts. So yeah,
Yeah.
and he loves it. So he's a member of NGV too. So we
Oh,
get to
smart.
sit in the in the lounge and make cups of tea and coffee so he can have a break. So yeah,
Isn't that lovely to be able to then celebrate their interests as adults and
yes,
create this life within all those ideas rather than boxes of school?
absolutely, yes. And
Yeah.
animals are another
Yes.
passion of his. He loves going to all of
Yes.
the animal farms and different
Yeah.
things, and he finds them very
Mm,
calming.
mm.
So
What what makes a centre-based option work well, do you think, in your opinion? Like, what have you
um,
seen that works so well for him?
the guy who runs it really knows so much about behaviours and so much about the sorts of things that the kids need. So Monday is cooking. They do a cooking program. They learn all about cutting up things. They have to go to the supermarket with a list, and
Yeah.
each of them have a job to go and find these particular ingredients to make whatever it is. So they're learning, getting to the supermarket, what they have to do, scanning it and all sorts of different things, as well as coming back and chopping up whatever it is that they're making for the day. And then Tuesday is it's generally an active day. So they might go swimming, or they might do all sorts of things. They still do lots of other things during the day, but they do have an outing of some sort each day. And then so Wednesdays is out in the community, so they might catch a train, using Mikey and all those things. So they're learning things all the time,
Mm.
and there is scope with this program that I think there'll be. He's still working on a lot of those sort of things, and each kid, he has an individual learning plan, a bit like being at
Awesome.
school.
Yeah.
So, and they do have like a classroom activity, which is age appropriate, not like when he was at school, when he was
Yes.
still doing all of those, um, sticking things and stickers and all things like that. Just that he was just so bored with.
Mm.
Whereas now he's doing more age appropriate things, and it just makes a big
Mm.
difference. But
Terrific.
keeping those skills as well.
Yeah, that's important, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and I think age appropriate is the word.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. So yes, he is, 21, but he's probably a giant 3-year-old, really.
Yeah.
But he really, he is learning as he's going along. He's communicating much more, and he's really happy. He's just
Oh,
happy. So, which is all you can ask for. Really
it
is.
is. It really, really is.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Kim. That was really helpful to think about centre-based, and we'll ask more as we go along. But thank you for sharing that.
Pleasure.
Shall we go to Rose next? Yep. Oh, there we are. Hi,
Hi.
Rose.
Hi.
You are going to be talking about gorgeous Sam, and
Mhm.
that Sam is in TAFE, isn't he?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Sam's doing what's called a Certificate 1 in Transition Education, and it's at VU, Victoria University at Footscray campus. So it is modified for children who have an intellectual disability, it's special needs. So what they tend to focus on is personal development, vocational and employability skills. There's community involvement, travel training, and confidence on public transport, working collaborative with other people, and basic literacy and numeracy as well. So Sam's doing the Cert 1, and it's called what's called the Futures course. So as part of that one, they work in the kitchen. So VU Footscray has a restaurant venue, and so on a Thursday, Sam has the opportunity to work it's an industrial kitchen, and prepare food for the restaurant. That's probably his favourite day.
Oh,
And he especially likes it when his parents or friends go and have lunch there. So the menu is very basic, but yeah, he just loves preparing the food, and they have a uniform, so it makes it feel very
really
official.
important. Yeah.
Really important, yes, the hat and the apron and the black pants and the shirt,
Yeah.
and the chef, like the chef Peter. So apparently Sam likes to organize other people,
Mm-hmm.
which is a lovely way of saying he's very bossy. So, so chef, and he's very loud. So Chef Peter, he gets to call out what the orders are. Um,
Perfect.
yeah, and the other things like the travel training with PTV, the incursions and excursions, have made him really confident on public transport. So I did a little bit of travel training with him at the beginning. I was really nervous about him on public transport,
Yeah, I bet.
but they're so ready, I guess, is
Yeah.
probably readier than what we are as parents. So
Yeah.
before, when he just went on the bus, and
Mm-hmm.
now he can navigate the bus, the tram, the train to come home. Yeah,
That's
so
incredible life skills
it
within
is.
what, not 8 months.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, it is. Like
incredible.
yesterday, he rang me. He was going to meet me at work, and there must have been something that the tram had been diverted. So he couldn't, so he just rang and said, I can't get there. I'll have to go to the junction. And I said, that's fine. I'll meet you at the supermarket instead. But
Well
I was
done.
like, oh, wow, yes, good problem solving.
Yeah, stuff you
Yeah,
would probably a year or two ago think this is never going to happen, or
correct.
how would this
Yeah,
happen? So,
yeah.
what made you consider TAFE in the first place? How did you come around to that?
Okay, so Sam, I haven't applied for the NDIS yet. So
Yep.
TAFE, it's financially it's a viable option because it's government funded and it's not very expensive. So I had to
Yes.
look at something like that. Also, the year before on a Friday, Sam started doing, so it was a modified certificate in hospitality. So he
So
was
you were doing that at
already,
school. He was doing that.
so
Yeah.
through school, but at the same
Oh,
venue,
right.
Footscray. So I kind of thought, well, it's already a familiar place for him.
Smart.
Um, mm, and the course is 4 days a week. So he goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I was thinking, what am I going to do with him on Friday? But
Yeah.
that just seems to work. I think he's probably so exhausted. We both have, I have
Yes.
Fridays off, so we managed to fill in the Friday. And it's from 9 a.m. The course starts at 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. So it is
Perfect.
very similar to a school day.
School. Mm.
Yeah, except, they're young adults, so they don't need to be there if they don't want to be. And he used to say that.
Yes.
He used to say that to me at the start, that the teacher would say, well, you don't have to come if you don't want to. And I'm like, that. He does have to be there. And so he would
How
come home and
gorgeous.
say that to me. And I'm thinking, well, your behavior has to be appropriate so you can be there. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So I
Oh,
didn't, yeah. That
it's
was a bit
gorgeous hearing
difficult.
them talk like that, though, isn't it? It's like
Mm,
it's funny and it's delightful, and you think, yes, good on you. Starting
mm,
to think about, standing up for yourself.
mm,
Yeah,
mm,
right. So,
mm.
okay, there's been a lot of independence, it
Yes,
sounds like, doesn't
yes,
it?
yes.
So, what supports do the TAFE offer you within, like, because I'm assuming, is there education support in the classroom in
So
TAFE, or what
there
does that look like?
is, some of the students within the classroom have education support or, yeah, education support
Or maybe their
people.
own support workers, or does it kind
Their
of
own
look like
support
that?
workers,
Yeah.
that's correct. Mostly the classes are very small, and so there is like the teacher, and then there is an education support person, and then all the other support workers if there are students in the class that need their own support workers. Uh,
Mm,
Also, the teacher is very, like, she's given us her email so we can contact
awesome.
her. Yeah. So like, for example, I don't know, Sam has issues with wearing a uniform, and I'll
Hmm.
say, oh, he may be late. He's late this morning because he was having a little tantrum about putting on a shirt, or
Mm,
just so she knows. So I guess like that. And she's really lovely. Like, it's a little bit like school in that respect, but
yes.
with
You've
much
got a
more
point of
independence.
call. You've got someone
Yes,
you can contact. Yeah, that's helpful.
yes.
Yeah,
Mm,
because every day, I mean, anything can happen every day, can't it? Every
that's
morning.
right.
We've lived a
Yeah.
life before 9 o'clock.
Correct. Yes.
We definitely have in my house every day.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, no, that's true. And the other thing I think that has really helped is a little app called Life 360. So I'm not
yes,
sure. Um, Actually, my daughter downloaded it for me because I used to say, "Oh, can you ring me when you get there?" And she goes, "No, I'm sick of doing this." And she just put me on this app, downloaded it for
awesome.
me. The family joined. So basically, I see where Sam is. So,
Yes.
if he's on the tram, I can see where he is. Often he tracks me and says,
Yep.
"Where are you, Mum? What are you at work? Why aren't you at home?" Or So it works both ways. But
Are you at the IGA? Can you get me some chocolate? Like, I love tracking me.
oh, you have it as well?
Yeah, oh yeah, I
Okay,
absolutely
okay.
love it. I'm just bringing it up to show people. So at the moment, you can see she's got a picture of our dog or there. So my daughter's in the city tonight, and we're at home there. So it shows me where she
Oh,
is. So it's a little
yep.
purple app. It's called Life 360. Because I'm blurred. Anyway, you can look that up. It's awesome.
Mm.
You pay. It's a small
Oh, I've
subscription, or do
got the
you?
free
Oh, you got the
version.
free one.
Yes.
Yep. And then you
Yeah,
can pay. You get more features.
correct. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yep. I think it's peace of mind.
It
I've had
is
a friend of
peace of
mine
mind.
whose daughter was catching the tram and she had people at different stops, and then the whole team was watching her. And yeah, it's just so great for that beginning of their independence.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah,
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 but they like to
terrific.
see where you are as well.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So what changes have you noticed in him since being at TAFE?
So the independence really, and the confidence.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and sometimes he surprises me because obviously they do a lot of occupational health and safety things. So he might say things, oh, that's a hazard, mum. That shouldn't be. And I'm like, really? So,
Oh, that's
yeah,
wonderful.
you don't often see the knowledge, but um, yeah.
He
So,
has.
and he's happy. So, as Kim
Yes.
said, like the fact that he's happy to go to get up every day and at 8
Yes.
a.m. walk to that to the tram stop. Uh, that's
It's an
enough.
indicator, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
there was times where one time I was at the bus for the special school and I was in my dressing gown and I was nude underneath because it had just gone to hell in a handbasket, and I drove down and I was just in that dressing gown and thinking, how am I going to get her on that bus? And I just, got her in and thought, get back in the car. We've all got experiences of those things. So if there's
Mm,
times where our kids will want to go and they're happy, I just want you all to hear that.
mm.
It's sometimes easier.
It's so much
Yeah,
easier. Yeah. Makes life
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
easier.
Oh, it's wonderful, Rose. Thank you so
Mm,
much for that.
it's
And we will
okay.
get on to Lara now, and then we'll get back to you all, I promise. So, okay, gorgeous Lara, tell us all
Mhm.
about Amelia and all the wonderful things she does.
Okay. Yeah, well, Amelia, we keep her pretty busy because if she's not busy, she's on screens, which a lot of kids are. Yeah,
Yes.
so she does a variety of things. She works at a supported cafe 2 days a week. She enjoys that. They let her plan what she does it on a Monday and a Wednesday, and on a Monday she might take in a recipe that she's googled at the weekend or similar, and then they'll agree, and she will generally, I don't think they deny anything, they let her do that.
Oh, the best.
They buy the ingredients, or they order them, get the ingredients in, so then when she's back on a Wednesday she'll bake whatever it is. It's often sweet, or a sweet slice or similar, and then they sell it at the cafe. And I think
Awesome.
she's making coffees and things. So I think, she enjoys probably saying, she made that, or when they buy it. Yeah. So that's 2 days of her week. She does another group where she, it's got a bit of volunteering, a bit of life skills, cooking, more cooking. The volunteering part is once a month. She's at a community centre once a month. A morning melodies group come, and they
Awesome.
bake scones and serve them. So a bit of, more customer service, I guess, serve them to everyone, and have a dance. That's her favourite part. They get up and dance with everyone as well once they've done
Oh, that sounds great.
so she loves that. Yeah, that's her favourite day from that service. That once a month, that's a favourite of hers.
Yeah.
She also volunteers and visits an elderly lady in a aged care facility.
Oh,
She does a bit of that as well. She has this microenterprise, her
yes.
business.
Tell us all about it.
So it's called Amelia's Cookie Co. We established established that when she was about 15 or 16, and that came from her not enjoying it, or not as motivated to continue with the service provider that she was with, where she was learning some skills around, you know, safety in the kitchen and cooking, etc., and had a break with school holidays and came back, and she wasn't that motivated, and the suggestion was she could make something she wanted, and again something sweet, and yeah, she wanted to bake a dotty cookie because she would get that when she went to the cafes. If we ever took her to a cafe, that was what she would get. So
Yes.
yeah, so I started baking those, and support worker popped it onto social media thinking, oh, would anyone like to buy them? And then people were buying them, and then it just snowballed from there.
Yes, I have purchased some this week to show you all. So I have the yo-yo, and what's this one called? The freckle.
It is, yes.
Yes. So I have been lucky enough to sample many of Amelia's biscuits. They come in this beautiful little packaging, all sorts of stuff for you to see. So you can find that her website. It's ameliascookieco.com. Is that right?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, and all over Instagram, Facebook, that kind of stuff as well.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. So I can vouch for the best yo-yos you've ever had. Look how thick they are. It's incredible. So, okay, tell us about you know, how involved is Amelia in the business then? Because it's something that I think a lot of us think, oh, we would like to, you know, establish their own business. For how much does that mean that is on us, is on support workers, is on our young person?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a bit on me, depending on how busy it is, how much is on me.
Last week, Mandy's like, can we order some quick, get it to me? You're like, yep, okay.
Also, yeah, it just depends how busy she is, but certainly, yeah, I help out, and we had to get the kitchen registered at home.
Yes.
Lots of you know, things like that. But there are obviously lots of other business ideas that people could look into that, you know, you don't need to do those kind of things, that could be, you know, a bit easier. Yeah, she has got involved with social media over the time, with Canva. She likes getting on Canva, so made.
Oh, does she? Yeah.
Yeah, but again, that depends on time. At the moment, she does it generally one day a week. So often it's more the baking. She's doing the baking with a support worker. So she has a support worker once a week for about 6 hours where they bake. If they've got it done and they've got time, they might go and deliver because there's the sporting venues, like kiosks at sporting venues, and
yes,
she has been at some cafes on and off at times, but yeah, they might go and deliver if there's enough time. Otherwise, that might be my hubby all right. Yeah, so it varies really, depending on yeah, how you know, how busy, how many orders she has, and those kind of things, whether she's got time to do other things. Does go out with the OT at times, so part of her OT session might be stocking up on
oh yes,
so learning, you know, going to the yeah, supermarket and learning all the skills there, and even working out, you know, price comparisons and things like that. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
And when she's at the cafe, does she get to learn any skills like at the cash register or stuff like that, or is she mainly cooking?
Yeah, I think she does. I think they have days. She has said to me, oh, I'm on coffees today, or I'm on such and such. So yeah, she has days where it's coffees and more customer service, I think. And I think she's all over I believe, when I've seen her last, doesn't like me going, unlike Rose. Yeah, no, you're not coming. I'm like, oh, I might bring her grandfather, my dad, Poppy. No, he won't be coming. Oh, okay. And they do a banh mi. She raves about this banh mi that sells out. Like, you have to get in quick, just it sells out, and they do it on a Wednesday.
Not for you.
No. I said, oh, I'd like one of those. You'll have to come early. And I said, oh, well, I'll come. No, don't mind.
But you know, because if I'm there, I want to take photos. I'm just like, this is the greatest moment, and then they're just like, back off.
Yeah, so she does all sorts. Cleans the floor, gets aggro if people walk on a clean floor, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what a delight. Oh, so thank you, Lara. That's all awesome. We'll keep hearing more about it. I thought I might just quickly talk about what my Jasmine's doing. She's a 3 day a week lady, is what I've decided. And because she has a hemiplegia cerebral palsy, she has never been a 5 day a week lady. So school was often very tiring, and we'd often have a Wednesday off. Probably after lockdown, when we had Wellness Wednesday or whatever you wanted to call it, we just started having days off to just recover, to be able to continue with the rest of the time. So I started her. At the end of year 12, her school had an arson attack, and half the school burnt down. So that was great. So no one was really that excited to talk about finishing year 12. It was kind of stressful, and we were all on high alert, you can imagine. But I had her enrolled into an NDIS SLES, which stands for School Leavers Employment Services. That's a part of the NDIS that you can use. And they said the facility we looked at was great, and then they moved over the Christmas holidays and gave us the address 2 days before. And I got her in there for the first day, and I was horrified. It was a completely different suburb. It was not near any public transport. It was 2 stories. It was a 2-story building. There was 2 flights of stairs. There was no lift. I could cry my eyes out talking about it. And I left her there, and I cried the whole way home and thought, I can't believe what has happened. And I picked her up, and she said, I stayed in the beanbag all day because I was too scared to go down the stairs. And I just ripped her out that day, and I went to crazy town that day. I just lost it. But because of her masters at pivoting, I just was quick to turn it all around and find something else for her. So we ended up finding she attends the Yarra Valley Zoo because she loves animals, and she is a zookeeper for a day. And that zoo's also opened up a cafe, and she works at the cafe as well there, which I am also not allowed to come to, but I go because I figure once I'm there, she can't say no. And yes, I've invited all my friends, and I embarrass her constantly, but I'm just so proud. And I could just stare at her all day because I can't believe she's doing so well. She also has a day with a support worker, and she does personal training. And then the other 2 days we do appointments, psychologists, haircuts, doctors. There's always ailments. And on a Monday, she comes food shopping with me, and she loves beeping the food. And I think, if there was lots of jobs back at supermarkets again, she probably would have had one. So that's sort of her. And I also know that this is probably going to change with her, because some days she's like, oh, I think I won't do that anymore. And I say, oh, I think we will. We'll keep it going for just a bit longer. How about that? So that's a little bit about her. So, okay, we're all going to talk together now. And I want to know, what was the biggest unknown when school ended?
For me, it was the uncertainty. Like,
Mm,
as someone mentioned earlier, it was no, it was you, Mandy, worrying about what they were going to do all
mm,
the way through school, and
mm,
what they were going to do after school. It was that uncertainty that was really hard to deal with, and what the
mm,
transition would be like.
mm.
So in my case, Cal loved going to school. He really enjoyed, the process of going to school and getting on the bus and all of those sorts of things, and his friends and things. But he really was ready to leave school.
Mm,
So and change is not our strong point at as parents, but also at
mm,
in our household.
mm,
So I was worried about that, I suppose, more than anything.
mm, mm.
But and we know it's hard for us parents to deal with them leaving school, because
Yeah.
we're so used to, for a long, long time, they've been safe and secure at school. We know that they're
Yes.
being looked after, and we know how the system works and things like that. So that was the uncertainty part, was really hard for me. But yeah. Mm.
Yeah, for me, it was the same. Like, I think I was concerned. So I knew that Sam would be going to do a Cert 1 at BU. For me, it was the safety, I guess. I always worry about public transport. He can
Mm.
be quite loud. He stares at people, so I worry how people are going to react to him. And
Mm.
I guess I'm not there to protect him.
Mm.
So that was really difficult for me. And
Yeah.
always, like, I feel that our children are very vulnerable.
Mm.
Um,
They
yeah,
are.
they are. Yeah. Um, but I guess one of my friends said, well, he's a really tall boy now. Yeah, so but I still, yeah, the safety aspect, and worried whether he would be happy in a new environment too, because
Mm.
he was happy at school and happy to go. So that, it's big change. Would he be happy, and would he be safe? So
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
that was a
Mm.
big thing for me.
Yeah, huge. What
I,
about you, Lara?
yeah, I'd say similar to Kim and Rose, but also my thoughts were just not trying to fill Amelia's days without it being something meaningful to
Yeah.
her, something that motivated her or something that she was interested in. And yeah, not just just I don't, as I say, just something to fill the day. um, she did try out some of the services, had like a almost like an explore week or similar, or where you could go and try things out. And she did prior to, yeah, I think it was prior to finishing school, towards the end of the year, try out a few things. But I didn't think it was her jam, and it wasn't. We knew that, but I guess she tried and we proved that. So it was just, yeah, more just, yeah, trying to keep her busy and off screens, but also trying to find things that interest her. And yeah, so then she's happy to go and not pushing back, and yeah, not finding it challenging. Yeah.
Mhm. I think for me, one of the things I realized once she'd left school was I didn't really have a port of call to talk about it, like her mental health. So, I could always go back to the teacher, or I could go to the coordinators, or I could go there, and I was like, okay, guess it's me. And that felt sort of heavy in the beginning, but as we've sort of adjusted, I've been able to communicate with the people she's working with and support workers, and we've got a psychologist now, so that's sort of given me that bit of reassurance as well, that extra level of support. I felt like it was just, okay, Mandy's in charge, really, forever, and that felt a little bit nerve-wracking. Yeah. What about, how has your young person grown since leaving school? What are some of the ways? We've heard independence, maybe cooking skills. What other things?
I would say Amelia.
Confidence.
Sorry,
Oh, sorry.
Rose.
Go. I
Confidence.
was, yeah,
Oh, sorry.
confidence. We're both saying the same thing.
Good. It's 1, 2, 3. Confidence.
You go, Rose.
That's what I was going to say. So yeah, I've seen the confidence grow, like with using public transport. Um, I guess being a lot more assertive. I don't know if I love that with me, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
definitely more assertive. Uh, yeah, sorry, you go now, Lara.
That's fine. Yeah, so I agree. Yeah, confidence. I was going to mention, yeah, just a bigger network of friends, because she's
Yeah.
attending varying services. And yeah, so yeah, she seems to make friends readily. So she's and gets all their contact details quite readily as well. So yeah, she yeah, just a bigger circle of friends. She's pretty
Yes.
busy, busier than me socially, and
Yes.
yeah, I think she's enjoying life. So
Oh,
yeah,
the best.
yeah.
What about you, Kim?
Yeah, Cal's really matured. He's really
Mm.
thriving and living a good life. He's really happy as well, and he's just ready for that, for anything new. He's really, uh, I think, having the different structures and all of those sorts of things. It's actually really great to see him trying new things and he's actually got a lot more confidence and things as well.
Mm.
Communication is much more than what we were having just
Right.
recently. It's only been the last 6 months. We used to always say, would you like this, Cal? Yes or no? And he'd never
Mm.
answer. But
Right.
lately we've been saying, would you like this, Cal? And he says, uh, I say yes or no, and he says no, thanks, or he'll
Oh.
say yes, please. So
Oh.
that's been life changing because I don't
Yes.
think he really knew what the difference was, but now
Mm.
he knows, and that's just new, and it's been fabulous, and he um, is really enjoying that power as well because he's getting what he wants.
Of
So yeah,
course.
so that's been fabulous.
That's magic. We got lots of love hearts on the screen when you were saying that, Kim. How beautiful, hey?
That's good.
For me, how I've seen her grow, one of the things I want to say about my daughter is being involved with Special Olympics was really wonderful for her because when everything ended, like school and going to the Royal Children's and all those kind of things, that was still there. And so having still going to athletics over the summer period while we had our disastrous, start and then reframe, that was still there. And so I just was so grateful because I thought like she has some friends there. And everyone was sort of supporting her because you can imagine that was a time of turmoil for her as well. So having a place where they can sort of go to through high school and into adulthood, pretty rare, but pretty magic if you can find it. Yeah, so I was really grateful for that. Okay, what advice do you want to give to all the parents that are listening? We won't say how many, Rose. How many people? We don't know actually. We don't know how many people are on you, but we know you're all awesome. What advice would you give to people that are just starting this phase? Like, I don't know, some might be starting this earlier than others. Some of you might be listening and you're in term 3 of year 12 going, shit, what are we going to do? Other people are like, I've got an 8-year-old and I'm getting onto this, right? We come with all sorts of flavors, us parents. So
Mm.
yeah, what advice would you give?
So
Um,
I,
oh,
I
go on,
I
Rose.
would just say, like, perhaps open days, if you're looking at
Hmm.
perhaps, doing something, study after school. Um, there's a few open days that you can go to that are for children with a disability, and speaking to some of the teachers there. So if you have the opportunity, and there's also expos that you can go to, post-school expos. And I think that that would be helpful. I think it's overwhelming at first, and I kind of wanted to bury my head in the sand a
Hmm.
bit.
Hmm.
And I went, I think, the second last year of high school and also the last year. So I think that's helpful to go to those expos and just see what's out there,
Mm.
and maybe do it sort of over a few years, just so it's not so overwhelming.
Yeah, sounds good.
Mm.
For me, same as Rose too. Like, do your homework. It's never too early to start preparing. And I'm one of those people that likes to know ahead of time what might be happening. And yeah, the expos were really handy. The school organised different expos, and it's worth going along and talking to the different people. The other thing were just find out about options in your area, and ask lots of questions. Uh, and the other thing was um, uh, the school actually used to ask people to come and who were like guest speakers to talk about how their children were going post school.
Ah,
I
great.
found that really, really helpful as well. So talking
Yes.
to other parents that have already gone on that journey and relatively new out, that was really good. But not to forget that you know your young person and what their interests are and everything better than anyone else. So yeah,
Mm.
just keep that in mind, and do all the tours because they do have tours to lots of different day centres,
Mm.
and go along and see what the sort of things that they do, and and ask lots of questions.
And trust your gut, hey, Kim.
Oh, totally. I
Mm.
wish I had
It
her.
doesn't really ever fail us,
No, it
actually.
doesn't. It
It
doesn't.
doesn't. Yeah. What about you, Lara? What advice do you have?
I would well, we not, you know, won't work for everyone, but we I think similar, you said you had wellness Wednesdays. We had a day off a week prior, and I think the last year of school, the whole year, and that was around getting the micro enterprise happening. But you could do that, you could use that to explore services perhaps, or, you know, have, I don't know whether they allow things like trial days, like I mentioned earlier, or similar. So you could perhaps do something along those lines. Or I also want to say, you don't have to get it right the first time.
Yes.
Mandy experienced. We've, over the 4 years, I've lost count of how many things we've kind of changed along the way. I think Amelia was with my sister with she had a catering business, but then she closed that. So, you know, she had a day a week with that. So then we changed it. So there's been lots of changes over the years. But, yeah. And often some of the changes are for the better. Some of the changes.
Yeah. I think for me is, you know, I've had to learn to hold things kind of loosely, because we're managing a physical disability as well, fatigue, sickness. You know, we're going to have time where she is unwell and she needs days of rest. And so just to try to be fine about that, you know, like, I am going to TAFE myself now. I work as well. You know, I can leave her at home. You know, I felt like we could never do that. There is times that we can leave her at home if she is, you know, not terribly sick, but you know what I mean. And so I do hold things loosely because of that. And also, the other thing that I wanted to say to you is, like, you've heard us all say how they're kind of happy. And I forgot to say that my daughter used to be so anxious and stressed on a Sunday, she couldn't, it was debilitating. And so we actually have Mondays off. And so what that's meant is that she is so happy on the weekends. So we used to call that Sunday anxiety. It was truly debilitating. She'd be up pacing early in the morning, getting her uniform ready for the next day, packing her lunch, so worried. So we don't have that anymore. And so you know, if you think that there is a day that might be more stressful and you think that they could use a bit of rest around there, it's okay too. So for some young adults, being in full time is fine. For some of us, it's not. So I just want to encourage you that that's okay too. We all have different work experiences as well, and you could perhaps have support workers coming into the home as well. So yeah, that's. And look, I'm someone that tried to plan, but I'm also like a loose spirit. And so hence why I got it wrong. So if you're kind of like me, it's okay. We've got great turnaround times and we're good at pivoting. So we got there.
And best laid plans don't always work out anyway.
Well,
So,
you know,
yeah.
I like to think that, but thank you. Thank you, Kim. Very kind. So we're coming up to sort of towards the end, and we've named this section the Smilestone section. And if you used to listen to our podcast, or you still listen to it, or you've read our book, or Kate and my book, we were gifted the term Smilestone. And what that meant was, because in the beginning of the podcast, I talked about how I hated milestones and how they made no sense to my family. And I even put a swear word in front of it. So I won't say that tonight, but instead we were gifted the word Smilestones. And what that means is a milestone that just makes you jump out of your skin with joy, that no one would ever know is a milestone, and it's not in any book, and it doesn't exist other than within your child, right? So this section, I want to talk about the things that have been milestones. So for me, about 3 weeks ago, she caught the train from one station to the next. She met her friend on the last carriage. Yes, we nearly swapped lines, and thankfully I was there to intervene, but she got on the train, she got to the next stop, and I sat in the car and I just howled my eyes out, and I just thought, I never thought this was going to happen. I can't believe she just did this. I'm watching her every second on Life 360. So that is what we would call a smile stone. So I want you, if you've never heard of it before, I want you to just soak yourself in smile stones, right? So, okay, let's talk about one thing that your young person looks forward to. Who wants to go?
So my son, he loves traveling, and loves going in the car. So that's one of his favourite things to do. And my other son's learning to drive, and
Oh, awesome.
he's been sitting in the back seat when we've been learning to drive, and my other son will say, "Oh, so who do you like driving more, mum or me?" And it's always it's not me.
Oh,
That's
so
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 funny.
he really enjoys enjoys that, and he thinks
Oh,
it's
what a great
hilarious because
joke.
he definitely knows.
What a great joke. I love it. Oh, what about you, Rose? What's one
so
thing Sam looks forward to?
so he really looks forward to Thursdays where he can be the sous chef
Ah,
and
yeah.
organize the other students. Or his teacher did say that she said it in the most lovely terms, that he was like a leader.
Oh,
Um, I'm like, really? Um,
yes.
so, and she did say that. That because he's always so happy to be there, he just lifts the energy in the group. So that was really lovely to hear. So and Sam was there as well. So even though at home I think he's being bossy by trying to organise me and tell me
Mm,
what to do, apparently it's a very good skill to have
yes.
outside the home, where he can encourage others and help them with what they're doing to make the meals. And yeah, so
Oh,
Sam does look forward to Thursdays.
special day. Even if he has to wear
Mm.
the uniform.
Even if he has to wear the uniform, yeah.
What about you, Lara? What does Amelia look forward to?
In the week, I would say Thursday's her favourite day, other than the baking. But she has a SLES provider that she sees on a Thursday afternoon, and I think she's got a girl crush on her. She's her favourite person in the whole world, and talks about her all the time. And
Oh, the best.
yes, we've been lucky in being able to have that service for a few years, but it will go soon with the next plan. Whenever the next plan
Yes.
review happens, it will go.
Yes,
I was
that's
even
true.
saying to her last night that she's not going to be forever, and she was not that happy. But
Yeah.
yeah, she loves this person. Yeah, but otherwise, she loves music, loves live events, loves musicals, loves. I'm her plus one at most of these events, which I don't,
Yeah.
and I love.
Bit of Taylor Swift, remember?
Yeah.
Yes. Lara got me a t-shirt in the line. Oh, the best.
Yeah, so we've been to many since then. She's got the bug, and sometimes I'll get her to pay for her ticket
Yep.
with her from her supported employment, with her money from there. And yeah, we get out quite a lot, and it's beautiful to see her living her best life. Yeah, different person.
Yeah,
Like her
great.
peers, basically. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
just enjoying life like her peers, and yeah, whooping and dancing, and
The best.
yeah, yeah.
My daughter's looking forward to the state games for Special Olympics. It's in Ballarat in October this year. And so all the Special Olympics clubs will come together from Victoria, and she will do the 100 metres, the 200 metres, and a long jump. And that's something she loves. So she used to do the 50 metres, and she won that in nationals in Tassie in 2022, but now she's too fast for the 50 metres. So I said to her, do you want to slow down so you can win gold again? She's like, no. So, okay, we won't manipulate that, Mandy. Okay, what about one small win that felt huge? I've already said about the train. So what's the small win that felt massive?
I would
So
say,
is
oh, sorry, we keep
Go,
doing
Lara.
that. I would say it's not specifically to Amelia, but it's something that happened in the journey in that as a teenager, I potentially flagged with the NDIS that and that was when they were really focused on people with a disability working. There was a time they seemed to have a focus there, which was, and they were rolling out, or they did a review around work. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but yeah, so I hooked onto that and inquired about, well, I have a teenage daughter who would love to have a part-time job like her sibling, but that's not actually achievable without a support worker or similar, or unless I go to Macca's with her. And we managed to get a plan review back then in those times, and some funding around employment, even though she was still at school. So that was a big,
the win.
Yeah, because that helped her then have that one day off. And
yes.
Yeah.
What about you, Kim?
I actually mentioned it before, and I'm really kicking myself that I did, about the communicating.
That's all right. No, well, elaborate.
So that was the where he says yes or no. So
Yeah.
I've actually already done that, but yeah. So, but
yeah,
no,
well, I mean, that is a milestone, isn't it? Because
it is,
and if you went to talk about that with your other friends whose kids are, I don't know, driving and all those things, they might not understand, but we understand.
Yeah, we do, and it
Yeah.
it is huge. It's actually been life-changing for him, but also for us, because we can give him what he wants, and
of
he has got
course.
that power.
Yes.
So yeah, it's good.
Thank you. What about you, Rose?
Yeah, I had never heard of milestones, but it does make a lot of sense because
Yes.
I agree with the milestones. And when you have a child who is never reaching them, the milestone is a wonderful word. So for me, it was we were, as a family, we were out at a Japanese restaurant, and I think it was my eldest son's birthday, and there was there was like this little bench near our table where they were doing the cooking, and I was sitting next to Sam, and he said, "Mum, that's an occupational health and safety issue. That's a hazard."
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
gosh.
well, yeah, I guess it is, Sam. And I've just
Jen.
thought, oh, wow, you've obviously been listening and learning
Yes.
something at school. So for me, I felt very proud that, oh, well, he is picking up other things, and that's good. That's great.
Oh,
Mm.
that is perfect description.
Yeah.
What about one resource you couldn't do without? Yes. Tell us all about it, Kim.
So this is a hidden disability lanyard, and it's been life-changing for us with this too, because you can get them as a band on your hand or whatever. But I also use it. I don't do Life 360, but I'm going to have a look at that.
Yes.
But I put a tile on the end of
awesome.
one,
Yes.
so that
great.
goes in his backpack, and it's been fantastic for traveling, or it's been really great for going on the train,
Yes.
and everything. So it just means that people clock that, and they just, if they know about it, makes a big difference to their attitude and everything as well. So yeah, and
Yes,
even
definitely. My daughter wears one as well, and she's got her Mikey in there.
Oh yes, yep, that's good. Yes.
And then I've got one as well as a person that supports. So there's a whole lot of stuff. You can get wristbands. So yeah. Cool. Okay. What about
really
you,
good.
Rose?
Oh, sorry. Can I just ask about the lanyard? Is
Yeah.
that from Public Transport Victoria?
It's from this. It's called, the website is hdsunflower.com.au. So hidden disabilities. it's sort of like the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Lanyard. If you pop that up, there's an Australian page. It first came out of the UK probably 2017 or 16, something like that.
Yeah.
And
Recognised internationally.
yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, not all countries, but hopefully getting there.
So have you noticed a difference with how people treat your young
Yes.
person?
Yeah.
Yes, we wear that if
Ah,
we ever have gone on a plane,
Yeah.
because she's very scared of security, because she always watches whatever that silly TV, Airport Security, whatever it's called. She loved that show. But then when we get into security, we don't fly a lot, but when we have, she'll be really crying and very scared. And I was saying, Jazz, you don't have any drugs under your wig. It's okay. But once we wear that, they
Yeah.
just shift you through in Australia. And then
Yeah.
she went down last time she went down a separate security. Yeah.
okay.
Makes a big difference. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. I
Mm.
didn't
Yeah.
really know about that.
Good.
I use Life 360,
Yeah.
the
Great.
app. I find that really helpful. If Sam is late, like he should be home around 4 and it might be a bit after, then I'll hop on my phone and track him and give him a call. So I
Great.
find that really helpful and peace of mind.
Thank you. What about you, Lara? Great.
NDIS
Yeah.
would be the winner.
Yep.
Yeah, we wouldn't
It's
be
been
doing.
a rough week with them, but
Yes.
let's just say today,
Yes.
I'm very thankful for them too. Yeah.
We wouldn't be doing what we're doing without it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
mm.
The things that I've written down here is a companion card. So, applying for a companion card so that if we've got support workers, if she pays to go to see Annie the musical, support worker gets to go for free. If she's going bowling or something, places have their own ability to say yes or no to them, but most places I feel support them these days. I just wish Hoyts would do it online, but they still haven't listened to me about that. The other thing we got was a proof of age card. And because she didn't get her learners and some of her friends were getting their learners, and then I realized, well, how is she going to, if she's out and about, how's she going to show? So you can go to Australia Post and fill out a form. It's a bit of a palaver, but we're used to palavers. So just allow yourself a bit of time to do that. The proof of age card. And the other app that I spoke to some people about last week, Jess and Jen, has started an app called MyComms. So it's MyComms, and it's a communication app. And it's for adults to sort of map out their week. And you can have an adult, you can have a parent or a carer, someone who's on the app as well. And so I just want you to have a look at that as well. And so the person with a disability can use the app in a play function if they want to add photos and pictures about what they're doing for their week. And then if there's another person in their life managing that, you can manage it and put in, like, we're going to the zoo tomorrow, we're going to your day program on Thursday, etc. So that's one of them's a speech therapist and one's a teacher, and this is a pretty new app, so I thought that might be something handy to hear about as well. Okay, what's one thing you wish people understood about this phase?
I think I've already said it, that you don't have to get it right at the start.
Me too.
Be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
It is a phase, and it's just the next chapter. And our kids are out of school a lot longer than they are actually in it.
Yes.
So
yeah. Rose, anything you wish people would understand?
They're going to be okay. I mean, that's like the worry is enormous, but they do grow and they do mature a little bit more slowly, but it does happen. And they're going to be okay.
And I think most of the world is good. And so most of the world love our people. And so try to look towards that. yes, they're vulnerable and they're precious, and yes, tricky things can happen, but most of the world are good. That's what I found.
And it's
Okay,
surprising what our kids can do. I think
yeah,
that's something that I've always, our expectations sometimes need to be lifted too.
yeah, I agree
Yes,
with you.
and have so.
My daughter can make a reel like no one's business, and I'm like, how is she? She's making TikTok. She's getting the latest whatever, and I'm like, where did this come from? Yeah, it's just a delight. Okay, 3 words to describe your young person now. This is our last thing to say together.
I'll say he's very happy,
Yeah,
he's confident, and he thinks he's an adult, and I can't tell him what to do.
that's true.
With that attitude too.
Attitude, yes.
What about you, Kim?
Yeah, for me, engaged, mature, and happy.
Yeah.
Definitely happy. Yep.
What about you, Lara?
I think I've said it before, but more confident. She's yeah, even just talking to people. She's super proud of her business. And I also say she's an absolute delight. And
Yes.
she's my BFF for life.
Yes.
Whether I should say that or not, that's not promoting independence perhaps, but yeah, we're besties.
No, but that same. And you know, some of my friends are envious of that, because I get 27 kisses a day. I get real genuine hugs, and their teenagers are pushing them away, and my other 2 are like dodging me whenever they see me coming, you know, and she just comes in for that hug every morning, and I let her break it off, right? So yes, thank you. My daughter's words, she's relaxed. She is a delight as well, and she's super proud of herself.
Oh, Mandy, Lara, Kim, and Rose, thank you so much. What a warm and wonderful conversation. And I think it's left everybody with hope and courage and some good ideas. And that is exactly what we were after. And just hearing the amazing stories of how your young people are going, it's really heartwarming and gives us all hope.